everyone, welcome to Disney Talk Tuesday. My name is Daniela.
And I'm Miguel.
And we are so excited to be here with you guys tonight. We are going to do the 18 Disney questions tag that has been going around the Disney community recently, and we finally were able to have some time to do it. And I got Miguel here with me, so I'm so excited to do this together with you guys. The list is super long. There's obviously 18 questions, and it's going to take us a while to get through them because we both have probably a lot of opinions on our answers. So we're going to break it up into two pieces. Part 1 is this week, obviously, so we'll be hitting up the first 9 questions, and then part 2 will come next week.
Yeah, and also this is a tag that's gone around for a while now. Lots of people in our community have done it. We certainly want to encourage you to check those out. I know Dean at Dreamers Empire did it. And by the way, just a thank you
on that note.
To the Live Place.
Yes.
Be sure to check out theliveplace.com if you like these live streams, family friendly. And what's great about theliveplace.com is as it continues to grow, there's more and more content on there, not just Disney content.
Definitely.
So there's a lot of that going on.
Check it out.
Be sure to check out, I believe Steve's World did it.
Yeah.
Mickey's Magic did it. Rob Fuzz, I think, did it. So a number of people. As well. Mouse Talk did it, that's right. So be sure to check those out as well. You want to say hey to a few folks?
Let's go ahead and say hi to a few people in the chat. Welcome in, Juan Rodriguez. Good to see you. And welcome to our channel, Two Real Geeks. I don't think I've seen you here before. Oh, awesome. What friend recommended it to you? I'm curious.
Yeah.
Stacy Rogers, good to see you as always. Hope you're doing well. Hello, Stacy.
We see Hollie in the chat.
Hollie. So Hollie is on that note, our Jeopardy prize sponsor of the month. So check out Hollie. She's such an awesome person, great supporter of the community, and just has awesome content into our live streams. She's always very active in the chat. So check Hollie out. She's going to be producing content very soon on her channel because of my peer pressure. So
Daniela has definitely been putting the pressure on. So Hollie, you produce whenever you want to produce. But we will certainly be there to support you.
Make sure to subscribe to her so you don't miss it when she does bring out her epic content.
Alright, then we've also got Steve's World. Hey Steve, thank you for coming out.
What is up, Steve?
Also, let us know if you can hear us okay. Just want to make sure that the audio's working okay. So if you guys could let us know. Mr. Fulton Mraz, welcome. Stacy Rogers, welcome. Donna Jaworski, thank you for coming out. Stacy Rogers says Mouse Talk is 35 subs away from, I think it's 2,000?
No way, that's awesome.
So, please be sure to check out Mouse Talk if you haven't already.
They have some excellent streams on their channel.
Hey to Megan from Mickey's Magic.
What's up, Samantha Lowe? Good to see you.
Samantha Lowe. By the way, Samantha Lowe's been live streaming. So there's been a lot more content going up on her channel. Be sure to check that out. I've noticed more content recently. So please be sure to check her out. Mike Wheeler, welcome.
Welcome in, Mike Wheeler. And welcome into Alan Roberts, aka Gallantly Streaming.
Alright, and Mouse Talk. Mouse Talk is in the chat now, so welcome. Create Fun Clubhouse. Welcome.
Check out Create Fun Clubhouse, especially if you have toddlers. They have great family-friendly and clean videos for your kids. Our kids love them, specifically my 4-year-old. It's a great channel.
Yeah, so their content is geared towards toddlers. So it's toys, educational, really good content if you have a toddler or if you know of people that do. It's good, clean content and very educational.
Definitely.
So be sure to check that out.
Welcome in, Haley Raven. Good to see you.
Haley Raven and Jumbo Nick from Magical News Live. I think that's everybody.
Awesome. And a correction, Mouse Talk is trying to get to 1,500 subscribers.
1,500, okay.
And if he gets to 1,500 by the big August meetup, he will ride Tower of Terror.
Yes.
So we're pretty excited about that.
Yeah.
And so will Miguel. So
no, absolutely. There is no number of subs that we could reach for me to ride Tower of Terror.
Oh my gosh, so funny.
So absolutely not.
Oh, I love it.
All right. Well, so real quick, I will say this. I was gonna open up Disney Talk Tuesday tonight with a little bit of a rant, and largely because of the price increases on the annual passes. Have we had a chance to even talk about the price increases? No, I don't think we did. So, but thankfully, Mouse Talk covered that in his stream today. And so I feel like I was able to kind of let off some steam.
That's awesome.
So I'll just point you guys over to his live stream from earlier tonight. Walt from Mouse Talk gave us an opportunity to just kind of vent a little bit.
That's awesome.
And so I will say this, and this will be all I say about it tonight. I do think that locals are kind of getting the worst of it. And it's because locals don't spend as much at Disney as people who are vacationing, right? So when we go for an afternoon, when we go, we're not eating there, we're not staying there, we're not paying for parking because of the annual pass. We have less expensive annual pass options than people from out of state. And so we're just feeling the weight of that. And Walt mentioned on his stream, there is a threshold that Disney can hit where they would no longer be able to do it. Mm-hmm. We too have a threshold. We're not willing to go up as much as whatever amount Disney decides. In fact, we have started having conversations about possibly going to a silver pass instead of a gold pass because of the continual price increases. Anyway, Walt did a fantastic job of talking about all of the different dynamics and reasons for the price increases. Also let us vent for a while, so I'll point you to his stream for
There you go. Check out Mouse Talk for his stream that he did earlier today. So it should be the last one on his channel. Yes. I didn't get to check it out. I'm not really aware what's going on regarding the pricing, but welcome in, Zippity Doodad. Good to see you here. Thanks for coming in. So, yeah, thanks for giving them that tidbit.
All right. So let's go ahead and get started. Haley and I are boycotting and going to Universal. That's fine. So as Daniela said, some of you came in later. So we're going to be doing the 18 question tag, Disney tag. We're going to be covering the first 9 questions today, as long as it doesn't go way too late. If it starts getting late, we may cut it off earlier. But, yes. But we're hoping to get through the first 9, then we'll finish the last 9
Real quick,
week.
welcome in Karen Cook, and welcome in Erica DeCampo. Good to see you guys.
Awesome. Very good. Also, just a reminder, and we'll do this at the end as well, but in case some of you don't make it all the way to the end, this Sunday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we have the June edition of Disney Jeopardy, so please be sure to check us out.
Yes.
All right, so here we go. Question number 1 is, which Disney movie or scene would you like to be in? So you can start us off. Also, as I mentioned, many people in the community have already done this, but please feel free to give some of your answers in the chat as well. We'd love to hear what you guys think.
Definitely. Okay, so I haven't seen a lot of the tag streams, so I don't know what a lot of people did, and that was purposely because I didn't want to get tainted with my questions. Or my answers. I gave 2 answers for this one. I did an animated movie and a non-animated Disney movie. So for my animated movie, I chose Tangled, and specifically the I've Got a Dream song scene. I would love to be a part of that time. Like, it's just so exciting. Everyone's talking about their dream. There's a bunch of criminals, and you just get to see a different side of everyone because everyone has a dream. And for me, like, I feel like both Miguel and I are dreamers, and we just thrive being able to dream about the future and his and mine and ours, and it's just a lot of fun. And so that song for me it encompasses everything that I love about passions and people, and getting to hear that, and it's just fun. It's a fun scene. So that is what I would choose regarding our animated movie. And then for our non-animated movie, I think I might surprise you guys a bit. I chose Remember the Titans. A lot of people don't know, but Remember the Titans is actually one of my favorite Disney movies, or just favorite movies in general. I love that movie so much, and specifically the scene on the field where the two main characters just yell at each other, and they're like, strong side, strong side, left side. I would love to be on the field during that time. Like, it's just the excitement of like being together and being united and conquering something together. I love it. So those are my two movies and my two scenes.
Good deal. Yeah, so I had a hard time with this one. I had a really hard time with this one. I ultimately went with a scene that, if you know me, is not something that it's something that in thought I would enjoy, right? Like, there's something about it that's very attractive to me. But if it were happening in real life, I'd probably be just dying of fear, right? And so I actually picked, and I think I saw Erica put it in the chat earlier.
What?
I actually picked the Whole New World scene from Aladdin.
Wow.
And so I just think about rides that I absolutely love, like Soarin', Flight of Passage, and they all involve this flying, seeing beautiful landscape. In Soarin', beautiful landmarks and architecture and things like that. It's a romantic scene.
Yes,
it's an emotional scene, but it's also just the experience of being able to fly and see everything from that vantage point. For those of you who don't know, I'm deathly afraid of heights, so this would never really happen. But we're already talking about a magic carpet, so I can pretend as if that would be. But anyway, so I think that'd be a really neat scene to be able to experience. The one that was kind of competing with it for me is the Be Our Guest scene from Beauty and the Beast. I think it's a fun scene. I think
that's so
I
funny.
like choreographed dancing.
I hear you.
So I thought that was really neat.
Be Our Guest was up there for me because I love Beauty and the Beast and I love the Be Our Guest song. But when I imagined me in that scene, I couldn't picture like which part I would play in and how much I would enjoy it. So anyways, I like your choices, and I totally could see you doing A Whole New World scene, so that's definitely cool. Welcome in, Corey Fiasco. Good to see you.
All right, so we've got, let's see here.
So Steve said, hold on tight, Miguel.
Yes.
And Mouse Talk said, Mouse Talk said, Miguel, don't you dare close
don't
your
use
eyes.
it in very well played, Walt. Yes.
I love Walt's comments.
Megan asked, she said, I wonder if Miguel likes Toy Story 2. So I like Toy Story 2. I don't know where the question's coming from, but it is my least favorite of the three. So for me, it would be 1, 3, 2.
A lot of people don't like Toy Story 2. I really cared for all three of them.
It's my least favorite of the three.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It's a hard one.
All right.
Miguel, how could you?
All right. So you ready to go to the next one?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. Let's go to number 2. What is your best moment in a Disney park?
Best moment in a Disney park?
Yeah. You want to go first, or?
I'm so curious what yours is. No, because I went first last time, so you go first this time.
So my best moment in a Disney park would be getting engaged.
Mine
to
too.
Daniela.
I knew that would be yours.
So yeah, and most of you probably know this already.
Let's talk about the day.
So I'll let you describe the day. But I proposed to Daniela at Hollywood Studios in December.
Yes.
Of 2000. Now I'm in dangerous territory here. 2013.
7? Oh, 10. What? 9.
2009. Wow. See, I knew the moment I said a year, I was in trouble.
No, babe, it was 8.
December of 2009.
No. Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, you're right.
2009. And
What's up, Cargo?
It was during the Osborne Lights display.
Yes.
So that was when I proposed to her. So that would be kind of our highlight. We have other highlights in the parks.
We do. We have a lot.
We did our birth announcement in the
all
park
the big
in Magic
milestones.
Kingdom. We did Gabby's gender reveal in Magic Kingdom. So we've had major moments in the parks, but that one would certainly be my favorite.
Definitely. My favorite part of that whole day is that it had been so cold until Miguel had gotten there. So he had brought a sweater to bring the ring in. So he was literally carrying that sweater around.
Yeah, okay. So I'm freaking out the day before. She had come up with her family. She had come up with her family. They had already been at Disney for 2 days, and I was coming up the next day. She didn't know I was coming up. And she was complaining about how cold it was. Because the thing is that the ring that I got her came with a box that had like a light in it, right? So it was kind of a big box. Yeah. And when I would stick it in my pocket, you could clearly see there was a box in my pocket. So I'm like, okay, I can't do that. And I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to have it on me all day. And I'm like, she said it was really cold. She was complaining about how cold it was.
Yeah.
So, and it had actually been cold the 2 days prior. When I get up there, it's like 80 degrees, 85 degrees. Mm-hmm. And I've got this sweater on. And then I had to like take the sweater, but the whole day I'm freaking out about the sweater. Did I leave it in the stroller? What if the ring falls out or somebody steals it? So all day long I'm like hanging on to this sweater and sweating and so it was
so funny because it was a surprise to me that he came at all. And I remember being in Tower of Terror with my mom and my brother, and they were talking to each other as if like, oh man, I can't believe Miguel came, like where's he gonna sleep, like acting as if they didn't know the plan. And I was like, oh my gosh, I don't know, you guys haven't figured it out. So anyways, it was great. It was fun. My first nephew was there. He like ran up to us after Miguel proposed, and it was a sweet moment. So it was really cool. That would be my favorite as well. Do you have any comments that we want to shout out?
Let's see here. Stacy says that this better had been my that if I wouldn't have said this stream would have taken a whole different turn.
Thankfully, I'm not very good with dates either.
Steve came out to defend me regarding my problem with the years. He says I'm not a math professor, which is very, very true.
That's awesome. Two Real Geek says, best moment was riding Haunted Mansion over and over again on our honeymoon during a thunderstorm with extra magic hours and daylight savings time. Wow. That sounds like a Mickey's Magic type of day.
And then we've got Hollie says that if she lived in Orlando, all her special moments would happen there as well. So,
She's our kind of people.
All right, Zippity Doodad, thanks so much for coming out. We appreciate it.
Have a good night, Zippity Doodad.
All right. Sawyer in the Middle.
Welcome in, Sawyer in the Middle.
It was Sawyer. We're doing the Disney tag, and we were just giving our favorite moment at a Disney park. Happened at Hollywood Studios during the Osborne Lights display. So this was back in December of 2009. So yeah,
we got the year right this time.
All right.
All right, number 3.
Number 3.
Read it to us.
What non-Disney song reminds you of Disney?
I like my answer. So
we might have the same one for this.
No, there's no way you have the same one. Yeah.
All right.
You're gonna be embarrassed what I chose.
So my my non-Disney song that reminds me of Disney, and I tried my best. I'm pretty sure it wasn't used by Disney at all. But it definitely reminds me of Disney, is Somewhere Over the Rainbow.
Oh, that's such a good one.
Somewhere Over the Rainbow
You're so sentimental.
is a song that we started to... I mean, we were familiar with, obviously. I love it, by the way. It has the ukulele, and it just has a certain sound to it that I just connect with the song a lot. It's a dreamer's kind of song.
So is.
But what happened, and I think this is what made the association for me, is that along with what the song is about, it popped up on Daniela's Pandora station, her Disney channel for the Pandora station. And so when we would take our trips, when we lived in South Florida, we lived about 3 hours away. So we would, make frequent trips up to Disney World. We would listen to the Pandora station all the way up. And this song would come on. And we were like purists that it had to be a Disney song, but that song we left. Because we both loved it so much. So we wouldn't thumbs it down, we wouldn't remove it from the channel, from the station. And so it would come on every time we took a Disney trip. And so for me, I have this huge association with that song, with Sweet Times and our Disney trips.
That's such a good answer. So much better than mine. Okay, so this is mine. My song that's not Disney, that reminds me of Disney, it goes way back to the movie Shrek. From the moment, if you've seen Shrek, it's the moment that Shrek and Donkey stand in front of this little box that sings to them. And it's the Welcome to Duloc song, which goes, welcome to Duloc, such a perfect town. Here we have some rules, let us lay them down. Don't play games, stay in line, and we'll get along fine. Duloc is a perfect place. Anyways, that whole song reminds me of It's a Small World. The tune.
Wow.
Oh my gosh. So yeah, sorry guys. That's what I had to choose.
I don't know if this is a competition, but I think I just took the lead. Whatever. If there's any competitive aspect to this at all, I think I'm winning.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
Wow. Okay.
Okay, I'm okay.
Wow.
Listen, so I knew tonight, because it's been a while since y'all had Miguel. The beauty of us is that Miguel has some thoughtful, meaningful answers, and I'm just kind of not thoughtful and meaningful. I love to laugh, so I just have all the silly answers, the Main Street Trolley being my favorite attraction at Walt Disney World. Anyways, okay, number 4.
Well then, all right. So number 4, when was your first Disney trip?
Oh my gosh. Well, I was 1, so maybe you should talk about yours.
All right, I have had to do some research for mine.
Don't worry about the monorail.
I have had to make some phone calls. I didn't go to Disney a lot growing up.
Today?
I made some calls today, but I made some calls last week because I knew eventually somebody was going to ask me this question. So yeah, so I asked my parents, and they don't know. I only went to Disney once as a kid. And
your parents don't know?
They don't know how old I was. But I talked to them, and I talked to my cousin who was on that trip with me, and I was able to kind of piece it together. I was right around 6 years old. I was about 6 years old, and the only things I can remember from that trip is we went to Hollywood. I remember going to Magic Kingdom. We went to Hollywood Studios, and that's the one I remember more. I remember that the parade that they had at the time, I'm sorry, it would have been MGM at the time, so it was MGM. The parade they had at the time had the Ninja Turtles, which were my favorite cartoon at the time. So they had the Ninja Turtles in their parade, and Honey, I Shrunk the Kids was the show that they had, and then they had the playground area. Playground. So those are my earliest memories. Toontown in Magic Kingdom,
Toontown,
and then that area of Hollywood of MGM are my two earliest memories of Disney World.
So
I didn't go again until I was 18. So.
Yeah. Yeah, I was like one, just never stopped going. And I only have memories of like the video footage that my parents have, and all I can remember is me being in a huge white stroller, but it was like fancy, and I don't remember much, obviously. But I mean, you know what I wanted to know, and I didn't do any research on this, is when was the first time you and I went together?
So I would have been
2008?
Yeah, it would have been 2008.
We started dating August of 2008. Would it have been 2009? So around then.
Yeah.
Do you remember the trip?
Not the first.
Is it the one we got rained on with all my...
I don't know if that was the first or the second. There were 2 trips we took while we were dating with your family to Disney. And I don't remember the order.
Yeah. Well, wasn't memorable.
Yeah. I mean, I remember the trips. I just don't remember which one. Mickey's Magic says 94. Hollie says 95.
I beat everyone. 89. Actually, 90, I guess, would have been one.
Yeah. Yeah, mine would have been right around 92 or 93 when I went. So, I actually remember that shortly after the trip, this is what I'm saying, it works. The timeline works for me to have been 6 or 7. Shortly after taking the trip, I remember hearing on the radio with my parents that Disney was talking about the opening date for Animal Kingdom.
Oh,
So Animal Kingdom hadn't even opened yet.
That's cool.
But I know it was coming up soon after.
Yeah.
So, yeah. All right.
So hold on. Stacy Rogers says, but wait, Dee's pick is now a Disney song. Disney owns Shrek now. Is that true?
I don't know.
How?
Disney has bought up half the universe. So I don't know.
Disney is like Thanos.
But I'm more like I don't grandfather into Disney, right? So like anything moving forward under those umbrellas, I consider Disney.
I know
but
what
I don't,
you mean.
I don't really
yeah.
go back.
Totally.
So, yeah.
Oh, so yeah, with the Fox,
The Fox
deal.
deal.
Okay, good to know. Yes, I do, Cargo. That was so funny.
Steve saying Shrek
Isn't
is
Shrek
DreamWorks.
DreamWorks?
I
Good
think
point.
it is.
It is.
I think
Welcome
it
in,
is.
Sir Chuckles.
Yeah, I think it is DreamWorks. So, yeah, I don't know. Okay, good deal.
This was
so
a hard for me.
number 5.
I think you should go first.
Which Disney character would be your best friend? Which Disney character would be your best friend? Oh, this was tough.
It was tough for me, too.
for me. So, basically for me, I'm more the type, I'm sure this is going to be a shocker to you guys. Daniela's the more social butterfly of the two of us. So I tend to be the person who has few friends, close friends, right? And so, and my friendships are largely based on meaningful conversations. I have a very hard time having surfacey conversations. And so I was trying to think, who are the most thoughtful
Rafiki.
Disney characters? And so I came up with 2, and I couldn't ultimately decide which one.
Okay, tell us.
So the first is Rafiki.
What?
It's Rafiki.
I know you.
And the other would be Jiminy Cricket. Either one of those, I feel like I could have very stimulating conversation, but their personalities are also personalities I would get along with.
Yeah, it's interesting. I
So
don't know.
yeah, those would be the 2 that I
Meg and I had the same pick for this. What did you guys pick? I don't remember. Oh, Baymax? That's hilarious.
Yeah.
I could totally see that for you guys. I really like a Rafiki choice. Jiminy Cricket is a good one too, but I don't see him as a deep thinker. I just see him as a really wise guide. But Rafiki has some deep quotes, you know? Like, all right, anyways. So mine, I chose, so I really love, like, Rapunzel and Anna. Like, I love their characters, and I can relate to them a lot. But I tend to not always choose those type of people as, like, best friends. I try to choose people that opposite of me, that'll make me think more from a different perspective. So when I think about that, the one person that came to mind was Elsa. I feel like Elsa and I would get along well because we would balance each other really well. And I really enjoy balance in friendships in that regard. But she has an awesome sister that I can have fun with. So I get the whole package if I choose Elsa. And then the other person that I chose that was a non-animated person or character was Bert from Mary Poppins. I love Bert, and I think he would be a great partner to dance to the Main Street Trolley.
Nice.
So, Elsa and Bert cannot be more opposite, but I needed both. So, there you go.
All right, there you go. So, Two Real Geeks says, I would be Stitch, just crazy and adventurous.
Oh, I love that.
So, that's a cool pick. Yeah, I'm more of a laid-back kind of...
Did you see what Steve said?
Guy. Yeah.
He said, and the best part is that Elsa is not a villain. That is to come. That is to come.
So let's go to number 6.
Numero
Which
6.
Disney sidekick best fits your personality?
Oh my gosh, I had such a hard time choosing one.
So what'd you do? What'd you pick?
I chose like 3. What'd you choose? Did you have one?
You first.
Me first? Okay. I had a really hard time choosing one because it's really hard for me to relate, but I'm going to give my reasons for each of them. So the first one that I chose is Baloo, because Baloo, I feel like, is an optimist in the Jungle Book. Like, he thinks that he's going to be able to survive the jungle with Mowgli, and he can be his man cub, and it's all going to be fine. To the point that he endangers everyone. So, like, his optimism can be dangerous. And I find myself to be like that often. So, which is why I need people like Elsa in my life. So, I would choose Baloo for those reasons. The second one is Genie, because what Genie wants most in life is freedom. And to, like, not be, like, contained and limited to this lamp. And to find adventure and fun and laughter. And so I can totally relate to those desires a lot. So Baloo and Genie were my first 2 choices. And then my last choice was... Hold on. Oh! Vanellope von Schweetz from Wreck-It Ralph. And because...
She's a sidekick?
Well, when I looked it up on Google, I said Disney sidekicks, and Vanellope came up as a sidekick to Wreck-It Ralph. So, Google said so. And on that point, I just love Vanellope's sassiness, and I feel like there's some deep sass in me that needs to be accounted for in my sidekickness. But I don't have Tinkerbell's kind of sass. It's like, you know, an edgy type of sass. So I feel like Vanellope is appropriate. Okay.
All right.
What's yours?
Yeah.
Do you comment on mine? What do you think about mine?
Yeah, I think those are good. I like your reasoning for Genie.
Yeah.
I could see Genie being a good pick. All of them are good picks, but I thought your reasoning for Genie was good and very true of you.
I thought that went through.
There were some good picks here, by the way.
Yeah, what was the
So, let's see. We've got...
Welcome in, Captain Kron. Good to see you here.
Stacy says Dory would be hers.
Oh, Dory's
she
so
says,
good.
Memory and all for Stacy.
I love it.
And then we've got...
Haley said grumpy and sleepy.
She said grumpy, sleepy, and dopey. So,
all 3. That's awesome.
Holly said Percy.
Percy?
Two Real Geeks said Kit from Tailspin, and that was before you even said Baloo, so that was kind of cool.
Who's Percy? Oh, the dog from Pocahontas. Got it. Interesting.
Welcome, Captain Akron.
By the way, did you see Holly's, she said something about her best friend having to be an animal, all the animals, not a human.
Yeah. No humans.
She doesn't want to like humans. So I was like, oh, that is so Miguel.
All right. Stacy says, I'd like to know which sidekick you think the other is. D, which sidekick do you see Miguel as? And Miguel, which sidekick do you see D as?
Yeah, we'll talk about that after you give me your idea.
Okay,
of
so
your own.
mine, the one that I picked, is Jiminy Cricket.
Okay.
We've kind of had this conversation before.
Yeah.
There's similarities. Back in the day when Hollywood Studios they actually had like a little thing near the animation area where you could take a test to see which Disney character you were. I would get Jiminy Cricket for that, and so so I picked Jiminy Cricket. I think he's of the two of us. I'm the rule follower, right? Like I'm big on following rules, and I'm big on others following rules. And so
it causes tension in our marriage.
It does. So
especially when I want to take a picture
Stacy
of the
says
statue.
I can definitely see Miguel as Jiminy.
Yeah, that's the thing. I knew he would choose Jiminy, and that's who I would choose for him, honestly. So I think Jiminy was the perfect choice. And I was surprised that you chose him as your best friend, because I was like, oh no, he should be your sidekick. So I thought you went wrong, but I see you just used him twice. So all is well.
Miguel
is the voice of
reason. Yes.
Listen, sometimes.
Megan says, Miguel following rules? Who knew? Yeah.
I just teach him how to live a little.
Yes. No, she's definitely good for me. Yeah, Stacy, to answer your question, I don't know. There isn't one that like immediately comes up for me. Playful, right? I like the idea of Jeannie. She probably did a better job of coming up with them. Like thinking through the reasons. Jeannie's a good one. Mushu, like funny, playful,
angry,
not following rules.
Oh my gosh, so funny.
Yeah, so I don't know.
Dishonor on your cow. So funny.
All right, so once again, Steve says, wait, I have proof. Miguel does not follow the rules. He deletes people's comments to eliminate great movies and good dads. No, the delete happened because that particular individual changed their mind. And so I was trying to make the counting of the votes easier. It's recorded. There's evidence. So, yeah. Sawyer in the middle. Miguel is that really smart monkey with the stick in Lion King. What's his name? Rafiki. And I actually, Sawyer in the middle indicated that Rafiki would be my best friend. Of the Disney characters. So.
And I would agree with that.
I would say Rafiki's a little goofier than I am when he's goofy.
And that's good for you.
He loses his mind a little bit.
But you can lose your mind a little bit.
Yeah.
You get
we both have some crazy professor in us.
Yeah, you do.
So maybe.
Actually,
you might not be
Rafiki's
wrong.
perfect.
You might not be wrong. Yeah.
The more we talk about it. Jiminy's a little too straight forward.
Yeah. All right. Number 7. Who is your favorite Disney princess?
Oh, well, my favorite Disney princess, the one that I relate to the most, I think, after further thought, is it's always been Belle, because and I'll tell you why it's been Belle and why it's not Belle now. It always used to be Belle because I loved her sense of adventure and wanting to see more in the world, but also being able to see past all of the hideousness of the beast and being able to see like the inner beauty in the beast. Like I love that aspect of Belle. So that's why she's always been my favorite princess. But in recent years, Rapunzel has climbed above Belle because I relate to her as a person more. Especially like her leaving the tower in that scene where she's like, yes, freedom, this is great, this is amazing. And then she's like, I am the worst daughter in the world. And then she goes again and she's like, yes, I love adventure, this all is great. And then she's like, I don't deserve anything in life. So, like, I just relate to those swings of emotion so much when it comes to, like, making a decision. And anyways, so there you have it. Those are my two.
Yeah. I think I would have said Belle for a while. The thing is, and if we kind of went through the Disney community, Belle, I wouldn't be surprised if gets the most votes. Our Disney community seems to really like Rapunzel, so Rapunzel gets a lot of votes as well. Yeah. But I think, there was part of me that wanted to go more old school, and so I thought Snow White. But the thing is, the older princesses aren't as round of characters. Like, you don't have as much character development. You don't have as much kind of depth to them. And as time has gone on, we get more and more depth. And Belle is an incredibly deep character. Yeah. She's bookish, which I appreciate. Yeah. I didn't pick Belle, though, because over the years, my mind has been changed on Belle as a character, particularly if you've read or are familiar with the Beauty and the Beast story, the original, as opposed to the Disney version. If you understand the original Beauty and the Beast and then look at Disney's version of Beauty and the Beast, Belle loses a lot of her virtue. The original story is so centered on Belle's virtue. And the fact that Belle thinks she's better than everybody in her town is not becoming of the original Belle. And so, to me, as I've thought about this and have heard various people's thoughts on this, I don't see Belle as virtuous as I would have liked. So I picked Jasmine. Jasmine, I would say, is my favorite princess.
Jasmine?
I believe that she is firm. She doesn't put up with Aladdin's vices or his lack of character. She gets rid of him when she needs to. And yet she's feminine and still beautiful and still all of those things that we kind of connect to Disney princesses. And so I would pick Jasmine as my favorite princess.
That's really interesting. I think Jasmine's too much of like a stickler for me to like her, which is funny because that's why you like her.
Right.
I like Aladdin a lot.
Stacy Rogers says, I have 3, Mulan, Merida, and Moana. I have a thing for the M's.
Two Real Geeks said Tiana because she's a go-getter and a dreamer and makes her dreams happen. And I think that was excellent. I forgot about Tiana. Tiana's a really good character. I can't relate to her as much because she just has so much more of a go-getterness than I do. I'm more stricken by fear a lot than like Tiana. Tiana's like, good stuff.
Holly says, I have 2. Can't decide between Cinderella and Rapunzel. I love Cinderella for her kindness. I love Rapunzel because she's so ridiculously relatable.
Yes. It's ridiculously relatable. It's so true.
She says, so Cinderella's who I aspire to be. Rapunzel's more like me. Stacy Rogers says, I can see Miguel picking Belle because of her book collection. Yes. Yes.
Totally.
Let's see.
Elsa would be my favorite princess, but she's a queen. I know, it's so unfair that we can't choose Elsa because she's the queen. I hear you. Of course. I know, Meg. I'm shocked that no one has brought up Ariel. It's very interesting.
Oh, as their favorite?
Uh-huh.
I don't think that's shocking at all.
You don't think so?
Ariel is a bratty teenager. No, really, like, that's what she is.
They're saying she's a brat. I love her, though.
She is a bratty teenager. Why would anyone pick her as a favorite?
Oh my gosh. You're saying a lot about yourself if you pick Ariel. No. Listen, there's some redemptive qualities to Ariel.
I don't know.
Anyone in the chat?
Hollie says, "But Daddy, I love him." You know, and every dad just shudders. Like, yeah.
Oh my gosh. That is so funny.
Juan Guevara says, "Maybe we married teenagers." I don't know what that means.
Holly said, "Now that I'm a mom, I just want to slap Ariel sometimes." It's so true. Welcome in, Juan Guevara. Juan is my brother. Today is his birthday, so
yes,
a happy birthday to
wish
my
Juan
brother.
Guevara a happy birthday.
Zoe?
Welcome to Wishing Mouse.
Welcome in, Wishing Mouse.
By
Did you say
the
hi to
way,
Greg, by the way?
Oh no, I didn't see Greg.
Welcome in, Greg. Good
Welcome,
to see
Greg.
you.
Yeah. So everybody, be sure to check out Wishing Mouse. She's actually at Disney now. The last couple days she's been live streaming. So if you haven't already caught her on one of her live streams, please be sure to check her out. She's been live streaming a lot during the day, so be sure to be subscribed and check that out.
You guys are rough on my choices. I'm pretty sure.
But
Meg
you
chose
didn't pick Ariel.
I think it was her second choice.
No, but it wasn't her favorite.
It wasn't her favorite.
It was Rapunzel,
it was like
right?
an honorable mention because of the hair. She relates to Ariel.
Yeah, because of the hair. And you can like her hair. Yeah, I agree,
Exactly,
Holly. That's why. It's red hair. Fine. Like, red hair's cool. You know.
Merida
who
has
wore
red
it
hair,
best?
too.
Megan did. So, it's not a big deal. All right.
Oh my gosh. Listen, you're always rough on my choices, Miguel. You know who's never mind. Go ahead.
All right.
Now we're dissing our hair.
Okay.
No, never mind. All right. Welcome in, Jack Sandy Claus.
Yes, welcome. But Merida wins the hair game. All right.
For sure.
So let's move on. Number 8. Which Disney movie or scene never fails to make you cry?
Listen, we're probably gonna have the same one. There's nothing worse than the Lion King, Mufasa, and Simba scene. I could probably cry to this day, but I don't allow myself to watch that movie ever again. In fact, I skip over that scene.
Yeah, so the question asks which Disney movie or scene never fails to make you cry. So I agree 100% on the scene.
A scene, yes.
Mufasa dying. I saw Lion King. So I grew up, I'm a little bit older than the younger folks in the crowd, right? Your Megans and Haley's and Corey's and Daniela. So I'm a little bit older.
I'm late 20s. I'm almost 30.
So I grew up, like, my movies while I was a kid were Little Mermaid, Aladdin, Lion King, right? Which is why Megan probably feels so strongly about Hercules, is because it hit you at the age where Aladdin would have been for me, right?
Interesting.
And so, anyway, I saw Lion King in the movie theaters. And if I'm remembering this correctly, it would have been the first movie that made me cry. I'm very close to my dad. And I was a little kid at the time. And so it was a
sad.
very rough scene.
I won't let Alex watch Lion King.
He hasn't seen Lion King yet.
No way.
But by far, the saddest Disney movie?
Yeah, tell me.
Fox and the Hound.
Fox and the Hound.
The
every
whole
time.
movie makes
Forget
me
it.
cry.
Yeah.
There's nothing in that movie that is happy.
It's so sad.
It's the worst. It's a great movie. But I cry and cry. I just weep when I watch that movie.
It's so sad. It's
awful.
so sad.
It's awful.
And when, like, Fox, what's his name? Todd is left in the forest from the older lady, and she just leaves him there in the rain all by himself. Like, it's so sad.
Yeah. The leaving, and then the conflict between Hopper and Todd, where they just realized because of life, because of the way things were, they couldn't be friends.
Because they're different.
Yeah, it just...
So sad.
Yeah.
Such a sad movie and a sad ending. Wasn't all that redemptive. But I will say the other movie that has, and I haven't seen this over and over again, so I don't know if it'll make me cry in the future, But I bawled my eyes out to Coco. I can't even tell you why. I think it was the dad thing, you know, like Ernesto de la Cruz being the villain. It was a total plot twist for me, and most of you know that saw our Coco versus Brave Disney Talk Tuesday. But then hearing the Remember Me song and what it was really about, and how Hector was just singing to his little girl to remember him, though I have to say goodbye, and he sings it in this very slow guitar like way, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, it was this fun song, and it's really meant to be like a heartfelt song from a dad to his little girl. It was just so good. Anyway, and then someone mentioned the Toy Story 3 scene. Oh my gosh, I still cried at that.
Two Real Geeks says, Jess from Two Real Geeks cries all the time when Andy gives the toys to Bonnie and goes to college.
Yeah.
So, that is
so sad.
And that's a sad scene, no doubt. And like having grown up with the Toy Stories and all of that, like, you know, yes, that's a sad scene.
But that conveyor belt scene when they're all.
But I also think that there's a difference, right? Sad scene with Andy growing up,
yeah,
right?
Totally
so like
agree.
That's the kind of sad of like your kid's getting married, your kid's going to college,
totally.
You're, you know, what Mouse Talk is experiencing right now,
2.
right? Like these hard but good moments. Mufasa dying is tragedy, right? Like it's the Fox and the Hound scenes we were talking about are tragedy. They rip you up inside.
Yeah,
so
you're right. It's rough. People are talking about the Up scene. Oh, the first 8 minutes of Up. Up was so rough for us.
Up was
we never
rough.
Gave it another chance.
Here's the thing, and I don't know if it was just our mindset.
I don't know what we did. Like, we just thought it was going to be
we were
epic,
dating at the time.
movie.
We went to see the movie, and it just was not what we expected at all. Neither of us really liked it.
It was terrible.
Yeah.
Like,
and
I was like,
that
I should not be feeling this sad in the first, like, couple of minutes of the movie. Like, it was just terrible. And because I felt so sad, because, like, that all happened in the first, like, 10 minutes, I was not able to enjoy the rest of the movie. I was just in a state of sadness.
I didn't connect with the movie at all. I really didn't. Like, the movie did not keep me. And again, maybe I was in a different... state of mind.
In the stream, I'm unsubbing. Everyone's like, you have to give it another chance. Yeah, I mean, we had just started dating during that time, so I was just like feeling the weight of like not having Miguel, and I was like, I just can't take this movie. It's not a fun one. Anyways, and so I wasn't able to redeem it. We'll have to rewatch it maybe with Alex.
We can't. Yeah, we. Well, I don't know if we'll wait for that because we probably won't have Alex watch it for a while, but.
He probably won't care as much though. He doesn't have a loved one like we did.
So.
Sad.
Yeah. All right.
People are saying Nemo.
Nemo was sad.
Was
I don't know.
I don't know that I felt very sad in that movie at all.
You didn't get attached to the mom. That's the difference, right? Mm-hmm. Like you never had like Mufasa. You hear his wisdom. You see how much he cares for his son. The scene where he saves his son from the hyenas. The important, difficult talk that they have about what it means to be brave.
Because I have to be.
Right, and the responsibilities that he'll have one day as a king. So you're growing so attached to Mufasa. That's what I think makes it a little different from the Nemo. There's no doubt it was sad in Nemo, but we don't really know anything about his mom. You know? And so I think that
and the sad scene in Nemo was just so fast, you know? Like, it was like, she had all her babies and she went to save them, and then it was done, and then the next scene is like Nemo and his dad, and then that's all. The movie is about that, so.
Yeah. Juan Guevara says, I don't connect to animals. My vote is up. Two Real Geeks says, Nemo was just a funny movie to me. There were no attachments to it.
I agree. That's how I felt about it. He had a disease and was sad before we left.
Steve's World says, it could also be that one is a majestic king and the other you can get at Walmart for 29 cents.
Oh my
Yeah, maybe, Steve. Maybe. Although, if you ask Meg, what Scar did to Mufasa is just what lions do to each other. It's really not that big of a deal. Lions kill other lions. Male lions kill male lions. There's really nothing wrong with it. So.
I didn't know Nemo was a king.
Hashtag normal lions.
Oh my gosh, so funny. So funny.
All right.
Love you guys.
Number 9. What is your favorite Disney movie?
Home on the Range. That's for Disney Dan out there.
Juan Guevara did make the good point here. He says fish get eaten all the time too, so.
Welcome in, Just Jennifer. Man, nature is harsh. So true.
All right, so.
It's the circle of life, said Karen Tuck.
So, what's your favorite Disney movie?
Bambi is pretty sad too. Yeah, good point. Okay, my favorite Disney movie. So I'm gonna
think about this beforehand.
I know. I just had 2 answers down. I couldn't remember my second, and I threw the paper. I don't know at what point. So I mean, I've always talked about Beauty and the Beast being my favorite Disney movie, and it is by far still my favorite Disney movie. I love Tangled, but I love Beauty and the Beast way more, especially just all the songs. If you know me, if you've been to Disney Talk Tuesday, you know that the songs really need to catch me for me to like the movie. And movies that don't have songs, like Wall-E, that aren't very good, I don't really care for. And the crowd unsubscribed.
Yeah. We just lost 23 subscribers in one shot.
So I love Beauty and the Beast. All the songs of Beauty and the Beast, the message behind it, every character is just unique and special and awesome, and I just love Beauty and the Beast. So that is my answer for now. But growing up, I actually loved 101 Dalmatians. That was my favorite movie. I loved just the dogs, obviously, because I was a dog person then. But also just the story of like Pongo and Perdita going and finding their puppies and their determination to find these puppies and their children was just so cool to watch. And the way that the community of dogs helped them out. And anyways, I could go on and on about both movies, but those are my 2.
All right. Yeah, mine mine was more has kind of remained. Mine was Lion King. Has been Lion King pretty much ever since it came out. I just think it's a fascinating story. I think obviously it steals from various different accounts and other stories. There's Shakespearean influence in Lion King and things like that. But nevertheless, I think it's a fascinating story. Songs, I mean, you want to talk about songs, I think Lion King has just an awesome
Agreed.
soundtrack. It's probably my second favorite to Tarzan. Although I didn't love Tarzan the movie, I just thought the soundtrack was
in Tarzan
unbelievable.
is definitely
but I loved the Lion King soundtrack. And the sidekicks and the Timon and Pumbaa, and there were just so many things going on in that movie, and it was done so well. So I love Lion King. I'm thrilled to see the live action when
the live action Lion King is going to be amazing.
Yeah.
And I cannot wait to do a Disney Talk Tuesday movie comparison with Miguel on the Lion King versus Beauty and the Beast, because
I just don't think it should happen.
It's going to be epic.
I just don't think it should happen.
It's going to be great. We've all been waiting for it. So.
Yeah.
Your favorite versus my favorite. And it's the one in most of the brackets that like Steve and Meg and I forget who else did. It was always the song brackets that they did. It was always Be Our Guest versus Circle of Life.
Yeah.
That was amazing. Anyways, okay.
Good.
What were you going to say? Something else? No?
Let's see. Did we get some answers? Mickey's Magic said mine better be Aladdin. It's not. It's like Aladdin would be my second favorite Disney movie.
Miguel, I am on your side during that epic battle. Steve.
That's funny.
Just wait.
Let's see.
Okay, so Cargo said, I never realized how many times people get called idiots in 101 Dalmatians until I had my second child, and she was calling everyone, you idiot! And I had to put it on the top shelf.
That's funny.
That is so funny.
Haley says people need to give Aristocats more love. Yeah, Haley.
For that one song that they have.
No, like, honestly, it just... it's a good movie. I don't even... Like, it's not top 5 for me. It's not. Haley. Not top 5. Yeah.
Haley, Beauty and the Beast live action. Let's just stay there.
Let's see.
We're on the same track there.
My phone died, so I can't see the chat anymore.
Here you go.
So...
Awkward situation.
Wishing Mouse says I wasn't allowed to watch Toy Story because they said idiot.
There is very little that I wasn't allowed to watch.
Hollie, bad influence.
Why? What did she say? It's such a precious angel. Leave her be right meow.
Yeah, and I'm not saying Haley's wrong. Haley said that it should get more credit and that it's one of her favorites.
Yeah.
You can't be wrong about what's your favorite.
Definitely.
You can be wrong about what's better, but you
Definitely.
can't be wrong about what's your favorite.
That's right. That's subjective.
Just Jennifer says, what did you think of the original Pete's Dragon? I liked it.
Haven't seen it.
Yeah, I liked it. My cousins were like really into it. They loved it. I didn't love it, but it's a good movie. I enjoyed it as a kid. All right.
Those geese, yes, and Aristocats. Yeah, I don't know.
All right. Yeah. So that wraps up the 9 questions. We went over our time.
7 minutes.
If you remember, this show was originally a 30-minute show.
I know, and then I took over because you left for a while, and it became an hour.
So we're actually 37 minutes over.
That's not gonna change.
But
the
anyway,
people are used to an hour.
The people. All right, guys. Well, that is it.
Hashtag 5 more minutes. Oh, we haven't seen that hashtag in a long time.
So anyway, we knocked out the first 9.
Yes.
We will do the next 9 next week. So real quick, we did want to, most people in here have done it. If you haven't done it, please feel free to do it. But we did want to specifically, so Hollie, no pressure to like start.
But all the pressure.
She wants to give you pressure. I just want to give you something you can do when you're ready to produce content. So we did discuss that we wanted to tag you, Hollie. We want to know your answers to the 18 questions.
Your tag.
And then, didn't see her in the chat today, but Wife and Mom's Life, we wanted to tag her as well. So we'll mention to her that she got tagged. So, all right.
And if you enjoyed this, you'll enjoy the replay of Mickey's Magic, Steve's World, Mouse Talk, and I believe Cargo all did an 18 Disney questions tag. So check them out.
Those out.
And then this Sunday, we have our Disney Jeopardy night, so make sure to check us out. 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time right here, Miguel, as your ghost.
Yes, I will be your host. And remember that even if you are not participating in the live session where we have our 3 contestants, you do get to participate in the chat. So we had some new folks in the chat today. Join us on Sunday. It's Disney Trivia. You have an opportunity to win a prize if you win in the chat. So please come out for that, and you'll have a good time.
All right, guys. Thanks so much for coming out. We really appreciate each and every one of you.
All right, guys. Have a great night.
Remember, life is a prize.
Live every minute.
Bye, guys.